Welcome back to the Irish Bandit channel, or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. I, as always, am your host, the one, the only, the second Irish Bandit. If you've known me for any amount of time in my love for wrestling, you also know that I am a huge belt nerd. What I mean by that is I'm a fan of the designs of championships. Look, just recently I did a tier list of all the past and present championships in professional wrestling. I think it was mainly WWE, but you can check it out right over here. I'm so much of a belt nerd that I actually own a replica of the WWE Universal Championship, the red one, the much maligned red one, honestly and truthfully. But I want to get a second opinion of designs of championships, so I went to an unusual source. I've been playing around with ChatGPT and I asked it what it felt its 10 best designs for championships were. So I asked it that, asked for its reasons, and this is what it gave me. So sit back and let's see what ChatGPT says. And coming in at number 10 is the 2016 version of the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Now, personally, myself, I didn't mind the 2016 Cruiserweight Championship with the purple strap and the weird design. Well, I don't want to say weird like it's a bad thing, but it was a different design, that's for sure. But this is what ChatGPT had to say about it. The current design of the WWE Cruiserweight Championship features a purple leather strap, highlighting its association with the Cruiserweight division. The title has a clean and distinct look, reflecting the high-flying and fast-paced style of the division. Honestly, I can't find a lot of fault with that statement. I might not have been a fan of the purple color scheme for 205 Live in the Cruiserweight division, but the title had a very interesting look that made it stand out from all the other titles when it felt like they were just copy and pasting the championship, the main plate design on just about everything. The World Championship, the Universal Championship, Raw Women's Championship, SmackDown Women's Championship, the UK Championship. But at least the UK had a more interesting design on the faceplate and not just a giant W on it. But I don't think this is a bad pick. Not one I would pick, but not a bad pick overall. Coming in at number 9 is really a championship that I would put higher on this list, but ChatGPT felt it should be at number 9. So coming in at number 9 is the AEW World Championship. Personally, I love the AEW Championship. I think it's a modern take on a classic design, especially if you look at something like the Mid-South North American Championship. What a gorgeous belt that was. It was big, but, a championship like this should be big. But what did ChatGPT have to say about it? All Elite Wrestling's World Championship has a simple and classy design. It features a gold-plated centerpiece with the AEW logo and a unique side plate design, giving it a modern and prestigious appearance. Once again, I can't argue with ChatGPT's assessment of the AEW Championship. I think it's a gorgeous championship. The only thing that, like I said, the only thing I would have had it higher. It is, as far as I'm concerned, comparing it to the new Undisputed Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship on WWE. I think it is just a classy looking belt. Maybe not so much with the triple B that Maxwell Jacob Freeman has, but the design with the black strap is just fantastic. I think AEW has a lot of great looking championships as well. Some people might knock the current design of the Women's World Championship, but I like it. I think the Women's World Championship improved over time. Like when you first saw it, when Riho had it, it was so tiny. And then by the time Hikaru Shida had it, it was bigger. But I like the design they have now. I like the Toni Storm's champion. But the AEW World Championship is like one of the probably the best championship, in my opinion, that's currently on TV today. Coming at number 8 is a controversial decision, if you ask me, because it's not that I'm not a fan of this design. It's just, it was during that time of copy and paste for the WWE. They had the design for the World Heavyweight Championship, and I thought that was great. Like when Brock Lesnar was awarded that title after SummerSlam 2014, I think it was. I thought it was a great looking title. Then they unveiled the Universal Championship a couple years later, and it was just a copy and paste. And that's something that I don't like. I get it for something like UFC, but I don't get it for something for like professional wrestling or sports entertainment or whatever. But coming in at number 8 is the now retired Raw Women's Championship. So, like I said, I never hated the Raw Women's Championship, but again, it was just too copy and paste. Sure, it had its little differences over its contemporaries in the men's division. Like it had the white strap. Well, the new Women's Championships also have the white strap, but it had the white strap with the red background and the red swoosh instead of the all red design and the black swoosh like the Universal Championship when that debuted on Raw. It was a good looking title, but not one of my favorites. But what did ChatGPT have to say about it? In 2016, WWE introduced a new women's championship with a redesigned look. The title features a white leather strap, a smaller center plate, and a more elegant design, symbolizing the importance of women's wrestling. So ChatGPT does make a good point. That title came at a time when they were transitioning out of the divas, which I still do not like to this very day, and they actually highlighted the women as wrestlers, as sports entertainers, and not divas. Especially when you look at the first match for the new women's championship. It was a triple threat match with Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks, and they tore the house down. And the three of them showed that you didn't need to be eye candy, that you can go in there and wrestle just as well as the men. And they've been killing it ever since with champions like Asuka, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. But yeah, this is kind of more of my dissertation about wrestling and stuff, and not the championship designs. Do I think it's one of the best? No. Did I like it? I didn't mind it. I don't think it was great, but my main quibble with it was just copy and paste, doing the same thing for the men's designs, and I don't. It's like copying homework. Like, what's the point? Coming in at number 7 is what I think is a great pick. This is a beautiful design for a championship, and it just embodies everything for a title that you want to classify your division. Coming in at number 7, the IWGP United States Championship. I personally have no dispute with this championship being on the list. I think this is a beautiful championship. Some great champions behind it as well. Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, Jay White, Will Ospreay is the current United States champion. I think it's kind of funny. Kenny Omega is a 2-time United States champion, and he's from Winnipeg, Manitoba. But what did ChatGPT have to say about it? This championship has a distinctive American flag-inspired design, featuring a red, white, and blue color scheme. It represents New Japan Pro Wrestling's expansion into the United States. When you look back at the history of companies that had United States championships like the NWA, WCW, WWE, and now New Japan Pro Wrestling, they've, maybe with the exception, well, I can't even say that because I kind of like the design of the original WWE United States Championship. But you look back at the U.S. championships in like NWA, like when Lex Luger, Nikita Koloff were NWA United States Championship. That was a nice looking title. But the WCW United States Championship, I think, is one of the best looking designs for a championship dubbed United States Championship. But the IWGP United States Championship really ranks up there. It is a gorgeous title and a great addition to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, coming in at number 6, I didn't know which version of the title they meant, so I'm just going to pick the second design that they said, because all it said was NXT Championship. And personally, I'll get into my thoughts more in a bit. I think the second design of the NXT Championship that Bobby Roode introduced is one of the best looking. But coming in at number 6, the NXT Championship. I always felt the first design of the NXT Championship was interesting, to say the least. All it said was NXT across the nameplate. It didn't say champion. It just said NXT, and then you had like the 6 WWE logos on the sides. But I think when Bobby Roode had the new design of the NXT Championship, I just that there was just something about that I absolutely loved. It said NXT Championship, uh, had a great design to it, and the side plates. WWE was getting that point of having customizable side plates for all their champions. The only titles that don't have a customizable side plate are the tag team titles, the main roster tag team titles, the women's tag titles before they were retired, the men's tag titles, and the UK tag titles. I think all had interchangeable side plates, but the main roster tag titles don't. But what did ChatGPT think about the NXT Championship? The NXT Championship has a sleek and modern design. The black leather strap, combined with a gold-plated centerpiece showcasing the NXT logo, gives a contemporary and prestigious look. So they might have been talking about the original NXT title, but I don't know. It really didn't make it clear what it was. So I'm just going to assume that it meant the second design, not the third design that had the color splashes all over it. Which now they're out of the Art Attack phase of NXT 2.0. I don't know why they don't just switch it back to the previous title, but whatever. I think the NXT title second version is a great looking title. I love this title from the moment Ric Flair brought it on screen to award to Triple H as the new undisputed champion. This is just a phenomenal design for a championship. I've always loved this. I even at one point had a miniature version of it. I wanted the full version, but I couldn't afford that. I could only afford the miniature version. But coming in at number 5, or is it number 4? One second. Okay, it is number 5. Coming in at number 5 is the WWE Undisputed Championship. Like I said, I love this design. It is in my top 5 favorite championships of all time. This is such a great looking title with the eagle on top, the banner on the bottom, the black globe. It was just a classic looking title, and I absolutely loved it. But what did ChatGPT think about it? This design, introduced in 2002, combined the WWE Championship and World Heavyweight Championship into one title. It featured a large center plate with intricate designs and dual brand logos, symbolizing the merger of two prestigious titles. Well, I never picked up on the fact that it was dual branded for the World Heavyweight and the WWE Championship. I just thought it was a great looking title, and I'll go to my grave thinking that one. It was a beautiful title that ended far too soon when John Cena brought that joke of a title in with the spinner title. I did not care for that one at all. Speaking of titles that didn't last too long, coming in at number 4 is just a gorgeous looking title, and we're going back to Japan for this one when New Japan Pro Wrestling brought in the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. This is another title that didn't stick around too long before New Japan Pro Wrestling combined it with the Heavyweight Championship and made the World Heavyweight Championship, which is a baffling design in and of itself. But what did ChatGPT think of the end of IWGP Intercontinental Championship? With a unique design inspired by a fusion of Japanese and Mexican culture, this championship features a red strap and a gold-plated centerpiece with intricate engravings. Its vibrant appearance sets it apart. Well, ChatGPT got something wrong finally. No, the Intercontinental Championship did not have a red strap. It actually had a white strap, as you saw from the picture at the beginning. But everything else I do agree with. It is a gorgeous design for a championship. And again, something that didn't last too long in New Japan Pro Wrestling, but really should have. Honestly, I don't get the logic behind combining titles. Really, if it's something's working, why would you want to get rid of it? Honestly and truthfully. Coming in at number 3, we're going back to WWE for this one. I can't dispute this one being on the list. This is one of the best looking titles. At first, I wasn't a big fan of it, but after a few tweaks and redesigns, especially with the addition of the scratch logo, this one eventually won me over. Coming in at number 3, the WWE Attitude Era Championship. When the first design of this championship came out after WrestleMania the year Stone Cold Steve Austin won the title. I wasn't exactly blown away by it. Like, there were things I didn't like about it. I didn't like the blue strap. I didn't like all the blue to it either. Uh, you could call it the original Blue Universal title, I guess. I didn't hate it. Like, looking back on it, now that they're selling replicas of it, I kind of like it. But when they redesigned it, made it black, added the scratch logo, that's when it found its niche. And it looked so great around, Triple H, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker. Just a great looking title. But what did ChatGPT have to say about it? Also known as the Big Eagle, this design was used in WWE during the late 1990s and early 2000s. It features an oversized eagle on a blue globe background, reflecting the bold and grandiose nature of the Attitude Era. Yeah, what more can you say? It was a great looking title for its time. Again, when it merged with the World Heavyweight Championship and became the Undisputed Championship, and they got the new design in 2002. Oh, that was such a gorgeous redesign. But the Attitude Era belt is still one of the best looking titles going today. I absolutely love the title that comes in at number 2. This one was such a perfect looking title. And when New Japan Pro Wrestling merged this title with the Intercontinental title and made this weird looking Cody Rhodes looking tattoo championship, I don't know what they were thinking with that, because this title was so perfect. And you can actually see a glimpse of that in Canadian promotion All Star Wrestling with their Trans Canada Championship. Coming in at number 2, New Japan Pro Wrestling Championship. Now, if you ask me, New Japan Pro Wrestling has had some hit and misses over the years with their championship, but this one was such a hit. It is a gorgeous looking title, as you saw from the picture before this entry. Just a majestic looking title, and why they changed it, I have no idea. But what did ChatGPT think of it? New Japan Pro Wrestling's IWGP Heavyweight Championship has a simple yet elegant design. The gold-plated centerpiece features the promotion's logo surrounded by a wreath, giving it a prestigious look. Prestigious is a great word to describe this title. It just looked, when you saw this title, you knew the man holding it was champion, being Okada, Kenny Omega, some of the other great champions in the past. Honestly, Omega and Okada are the only two that I can think of. I think Jay White held it at one point. I held that version of the title at one point. Kota Ibushi. This is being filmed right after Dynamite. And Kota Ibushi was announced as the 5th member for Team Elite. Saskatoon went nuts for that. But either way, beautiful title. One of the best looking, in my opinion. Coming in at number 1 is the title that will come in at number 1 on my list, because this is the title I grew up with. I saw Hulk Hogan hold this title. I saw Macho Man Randy Savage hold this title. I saw the Ultimate Warrior hold this title. I saw Bret Hart win this title here in Saskatoon. Coming in at number 1, and I can't dispute this, the Winged Eagle. So I'm not even going to get into my thoughts on this title. You've probably heard me rant and rave about this title, so I'm just going to get into what ChatGPT said about it. This design, used in WWE from 1988 to 1998, is iconic and considered one of the most visually appealing titles. It features a prominent eagle with spread wings, a large center plate, and intricate detailing. I mean, absolutely, this title is gorgeous, and like I said, it's the one I grew up with. I saw all the greats win this title. I even held it at one point. Bret Hart was doing an autograph signing here in Saskatoon. He was still WWE champion at that time. This was in summer of 1997. Bret Hart was still champion. Just won from The Undertaker at SummerSlam. He was doing an autograph signing here, and I got to hold the WWF Championship. What a day that was. I've gotten to hold a whole lot of championships since then, but I don't think anything will ever top getting to hold that one. Like I said in a Facebook post a while ago, going to a independent promotion that ran out of Regina here in 1997 was the first time I ever got to hold an actual wrestling championship. It would only be a matter of weeks before I got to hold the championship, the WWE championship. And I think that's what really made me a belt nerd. Just getting to see it, getting to hold it, getting to have my picture taken with Bret Hart with the title over my shoulder. Just, I think that's what really drew me to everything. But I can't disagree with ChatGPT when it says that the Winged Eagle is the best design for a wrestling championship. But what do you think? Did ChatGPT get it right? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd really love to read your thoughts on this one. While you're down there, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. In the description below, you're going to see all the ways you can support this channel. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Reddit, and now Threads. You can get your Irish Bandit merchandise from my Irish Bandit shop on redbubble.com. You can pick up your copy of my novel Shade Falling on Amazon. You can get that through either Kindle e-reader or on paperback. And you can buy me a coffee, where right now I have a goal set up where I want to get some Elgato gear for my PC. You can help make that happen from the link down below. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you're already subscribed, tap the bell and you'll be notified whenever a brand new video goes live. Quick programming note, there will be no Friday Fantasy tomorrow. I am going out of town for a couple days for a few wrestling events, starting on Thursday, day this video goes live. I'll be in North Battleford. I'll be back in North Battleford on Friday, and then I'll be in Humboldt on Saturday doing shows with BEW. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do Friday Fantasy this week, but we'll have a little more fun next week when we get around to doing Friday Fantasy again. But everything will be back next week. And starting on Monday, we are starting Mafia. So be sure to join me for that. Until then, have a great weekend, and I will talk to you again Monday for the start of Mafia.